Hey there, this is Joakim with the Systems Alliance, and in this video we're going to go over the news that BioWare says that it's finally refreshing to put gameplay over story when referring to Anthem. Not something we were really told by Casey Hudson before, getting a little worried. So a few months ago, Casey Hudson came out, and obviously everyone has been worried about Anthem, and he said that, hey, don't worry, it's never been done before, but we're going to combine the single player stuff that you love from BioWare games like Mass Effect and Dragon Age, and we're going to put that with the multiplayer of looter shooter games like Destiny, and we're going to put that with the new Anthem. We're going to combine the two. Of course, we never had much proof of that. Everything only showed the multiplayer gameplay, the shooting, and the looting. Pretty much every single video has only been about that. And then in September, we find that, well, it's not actually going to be integrated into both. All the single player story mode stuff is going to be basically at the Tarsus base, the hub for Tarsus, and everything else, all the looter shooter stuff, you're not going to be interacting and meeting new people out there in the world other than maybe other gamers, but all the story mode stuff is in one place and all the multiplayer stuff is in another. So once again, a little disappointing to hear all that. But keep in mind, we also heard, to some even worse news, that the dialogue options are going to be limited, and there's not going to be any romance options either. So that would lead you to believe that things are going to be a little more shallow. It's not going to be as deep of a story as before. It's not going to be as interactive as before. Hopefully it's not so shallow to the point where you don't even care. BioWare has not been doing themselves any favor by making every announcement and news article headline that they make about how it's not going to be like the BioWare games that we know and love. Now, obviously, game companies have to do different stuff, but you're also trying to make money here, and you know how EA gets when you don't please them. So speaking to Games TM in a recent interview, Anthem director Jonathan Warner said the following. It's very refreshing. It's invigorating, and usually when you talk about a Mass Effect or Dragon Age game, people invariably end up talking about the plots or the points, and it's very refreshing when people talk about Anthem, they talk about the flying or fighting monsters or the gear, the javelins, and it's been a great opportunity for us to put gameplay first. So first let me address that. It's not that we don't talk about the gameplay in Mass Effect 1 or 2 or Inquisition versus Origins or anything like that. It's that there's better things to talk about. We have options of things to talk about. We can talk about the story in a single game, the overarching story. We can talk about favorite characters and all this other stuff. We can still talk about the weapons and the gear and everything like that because those games have that too. Just because Anthem has them as well doesn't make that innovative or new. BioWare games have always had that stuff. The thing that makes BioWare games different, the things that allow them to create all of their novels, their comics, the fan base that exists, the fact that everyone still cosplays and loves and makes stuffed animals and plushies, all this stuff, action figures, that stuff right there, this guy right here, what makes this stuff great are the stories. The stories stick with people. The characters stick with people. This is who people end up loving. This is why people love these games. The writing. It's all about the writing. Yet you're taking that out of Anthem. Just because people are talking about it, you got a beta. You got people talking about it who are only experiencing maybe something new. Maybe the gameplay is a little bit different. Maybe it breaks a couple new grounds. Who knows? But from the looks of it, it's not doing something totally insane that we couldn't have imagined before. Because after a while, gameplay can get old. Stories can continue though. But Jonathan Warner continues. It's very important to us that we create immersive worlds where you can have companionship and where you get to be the hero of your own story. That's something that we've already heard from Casey Hudson. I think those elements are very much intact with Anthem. We're adding things to it. We're adding these interesting social storytelling elements to it. But those moments, that companionship and strong characters, those are very much there. The article goes on to note that being a game as a service type of experience, in other words, the in-game service games that we have now, the success of Anthem will likely depend a lot on how quickly the developers are able to react to user feedback from the demo onwards. Warner agreed and said the developers will provide several reasons to entice players to keep playing Anthem. We're looking at it as a kind of holistic experience and making sure that we're paying attention to and doing things that will engage players across the board. Everybody's got kind of a different motivation, providing lots of interesting reasons to come back. Obviously, the BioWare fan motivation would be story. So I just want to say this right here. We have not seen a single thing from BioWare, EA, anybody showcasing the single game part, the dialogue part, the choices that you can make in game, some that will supposedly affect the outcome of the game, just like a traditional BioWare game. We've seen none of that. We've heard that it's going to be there. We've seen none of it. They haven't been able to showcase anything. And given that that's a worry right now, you think they might want to showcase that. Now, with all that being said, I can say I know at E3, some of those who were able to play behind the scenes stuff of it, and they said it actually felt like a BioWare game. They were playing the parts of a BioWare game where it is about story, choices, dialogue. So apparently it has that, or at least had it in this demo that they allowed at E3, but once again, closed, not available to the public, couldn't take video, anything. So hopefully that's there. Hopefully this is just a terrible marketing job by EA and BioWare, which if so, why are you doing that? That's no good either. So yeah, does it look better than Destiny, or can it be? Easily. But that doesn't mean that it's going to be as good as we all hope it can be with the expectations that we have for BioWare. And when you come out with headlines and quotes saying it's refreshing to put gameplay over story for once, that's not something that people want to hear. That's not going to make your hardcore fans, the ones you need to buy the game, and then hopefully everyone else buys the game that's more casual. It's not how you get them to buy the game. Once again, I think they're really shooting themselves in the foot with this, unless of course it's accurate. They don't have anything for the true BioWare fan. So let me know your thoughts about this. Will you be getting the game? Are you worried about it like I am since they haven't showcased anything? Do you still have hope for it? Because you know, just like I do, apparently they do have elements. Some people have seen them. For whatever reason, they just haven't showcased it. Let me know your thoughts down in the comment section below. Obviously, you still have Mass Effect and Dragon Age in the future, however many years off that will be. But let me know your thoughts. Like, subscribe, share, and we'll catch you later.